Do you feel the air change? It's cooler air, heavier. His name was Grimblethorn, very old, beard long and tangled like winter brambles after frost has bitten them crisp. Silver threads caught here and there, catching faint moonlight like dried spider silk. Rope patched so many times, the original color was only a memory, mostly shades of bark and earth now. Staff of blackened oak, tip worn smooth from tapping roots and stones from decades. He stepped past the last row of hazel where the village path gave up. Boots sank half an inch into leaf mold, soft crunch of dry leaves underneath, then the give of damp earth. The air changed at once, cooler, heavier with pine and wet stone. A single twig snapped under his heel. Sharp, small sound, then silence swallowed it. He walked without hurry, each step deliberate, staff tapped twice, once on root, once on moss. The rhythm slow like a heartbeat that had forgotten to rush. Deeper in, the canopy closed. Light came in a thin rills between branches, pale and cool. Sunspots moved across his robe like lazy moths. A breeze stirred high up. Leaves hissed softly, dry ones scraping against each other. One detached and spiraled down, landed on his shoulder. He left it. He came to a place where an old beech had fallen years ago. Trunk thick, bark peeling in long grey curls, moss thick on the upper side, soft green velvet. Would cool through the rope at first, then slowly warming where his weight pressed. Staff leaned against his knee, tip half buried in leaf litter. A wren darted past, tiny wings a blur. It landed on a twig nearby, tail flicking. Chattered once, sharp bright tone, then gone again into the undergrowth. Wind moved again, higher branches creaked. A low dry groan, ferns at his feet rambled, fronds brushing the hem of his robe, light as breath. Nearby, a trickle started, water moving over pebbles, clear sound, unhurried. He rose slowly, followed it. Roots made step along the bank, moss padded. His fingers trailed the rough bark of an elder as he passed. The stream widened into a shallow pool, surface rippling where a leaf landed, circle spreading, then fading. He knelt, cupped water in his hands, cool against palms, let it drip back slowly, droplets catching the thin light, flashing once before disappearing. He sat on the flat stone beside the pool, stone cold, gritty with lichen. The water kept its quiet murmur, Small fish moved in the shadow beneath, silver darts gone in blink. Leaves kept falling one by one, some caught on branches halfway down, others drifted straight into the current, spinning slow. He watched one travel the length of the pool, caught briefly on a pebble, then freed, continued downstream. The light softened, afternoon turning to later hours, shadows lengthened across the moss. He stood again, staff in hand. The wood felt steady, familiar. Deeper now, trees older, trunks wide enough that three people could not link arms around them. His fingers found the grooves as he passed one. Rough texture, cool. Mushrooms grew in a ring at the base of an oak, caps pale, edges curling like old parchment. He knelt, looked, but did not touch. A tiny spider moved across one cap, legs delicate, then vanished into shadow. The path climbed, ground rose gently, roots as natural stairs. His breath stayed even. At the top, a small hollow opened, grass thin and bent. He sat in the middle, blades tickling the backs of his hands. Clouds drifted overhead, cast moving shadows. Air warmed briefly when sun broke through. A hare appeared at the edge. Air stalled, nose twitching. It hopped twice closer, paused, then bounded into the bracken. Wind carried seed heads, tiny white parachutes. One caught in his bed, clung lightly. He left it. As the light began to bronze, he rose, followed a faint dare trail downward. A fox crossed ahead, red coat catching the last warm rays, glanced back once, yellow eyes, then melted into the dusk. He found shelter under a great yew, branches low and spreading, needles soft underfoot. He leaned against the trunk, bark rough against his back, steady. Air cooled quietly now. Fireflies appeared one by one, first a single pulse in the dark, then another. Faint green gold lights drifting between trunks. One landed on the sleeve of his robe, glowed twice, flew on. An owl called from somewhere high. Low hoot echoed softly. No answer. The stream from earlier sounded far off. Crickets began, slow scattered chirps, building gradually. His hands rested open in his lap, fingers loose. A dry twig lay nearby. He picked it up, turned it once between thumb and finger. The wood crisp, ready to snap. He set it down again. Night deepened evenly, no sudden drop, just thicker dark. Cooler air against his face, dew formed on yew needles. Tiny beds catching moonlight when it found gaps. You don't have to stay awake for this part. The crickets kept their rhythm. A bat passed overhead, wings whispering, gone quickly. Moonlight slanted through branches, silver on the ground, touched the edge of his robe, highlighted worn threads. He stayed under the yew, robe heavy with night damp, breath slow, visible in the cool, hours turned without counting, stars moved in slow arcs above the canopy gaps. A meteor streaked once, brief white line, then nothing. Toward down the air stirred, birds began faint calls. First one, then scattered others. Fireflies dimmed, lights winking out one by one. Mist rose from the hollow, cool tendrils curling around roots. The yew trunk stayed warm where he leaned. Light came grey and soft. Mist thickened, then began to lift. Sun pierced through in thin shafts. Grimblethorn stood, joints moved without protest. Staff in hand again, the hollow left behind. Needles imprinted where he sat. He walked back along the deer trail, grass wet with the dew, bent under his steps. The stream sounded brighter in the morning air, water sparkling where light touched. Small fish darted, birds flitted branch to branch. A squirrel chattered above, tail flicking. Acorn dropped, rolled to a stop near his boot. He paused, picked it up. Smooth shell, warm from his palm after a moment. Set it on a flat stone. The path led outward, trees spacing wider, light stronger. But he turned aside, chose a different way. A groove of birch now, trunks white and peeling, leaves quivering even without much wind. Soft shimmer. He leans against one, leaves quivering even without much wind. Soft shimmer. He leaned against one, bark cool and smooth. The tremble passed faintly into his shoulder. Fallen leaves carpeted the ground. Dry crunch under boots. He sat among them, leaves crinkling. Wind moved through. More leaves spiraled down. One caught on his wide brimmed hat. Brim frayed. He left it there. The groove stayed quiet otherwise. Just the quiver of leaves. Light playing through. Afternoon brought his soft clouds. A light rain started. Drops tapping leaves first, then reaching the ground. He didn't move. Robe darkened in patches, cool on his shoulders. Rain gentle, no wind with it. Puddles formed in leaf hollows, ripples from each drop. The sound steady, soothing. When it stopped, steam rose faintly from warm earth. Air fresh with wet green, Birds returned to song. Grimblethorn stood. Water dripped from branches onto his hat. One drop slid down the brim, fell. He walked on. A clearing with his standing stones, old, moss thick on them. He sat on the largest, stone cool, then warming. Wind circled softly. Leaves fell in slow spirals. Bird song layered snow. Different voices blending. A thrush nearby. Melody rising, falling, repeating with small variations. The stones held the quiet space. His fingers traced lichen on the stone beside him. Rough green, grey patterns. Sun moved higher, shadows shortened. A lizard appeared on another stone, tail flicking once, then still. He watched its side rise and fall. Small breaths, then it darted away. The clearing stayed empty otherwise. Just him, staff across his knees. Later clouds returned, darker this time, rain heavier. He stayed, robe soaked through, cool weight. The rain eased after a time, sun broke through again, steam rose thicker. He rose, paths muddy now, steps careful, found higher ground, a ridge with pines, needles thick and soft underfoot. He lay back on them, prickling faintly through robe. Sky open above, stars beginning, pine scent strong, wind sighing through needles, night cool fast, stars bright, no moon yet. He stayed flat, hands on chest, breath deep. A distant wolf howled once, echo rolled through the trees, then silence. Pines swayed, needles falling occasionally. One landed on his cheek, cool. Moon rose late, light long and pale. Shadow stretched. He sat up. The ridge quiet. Wind died. Down broad birds again. Pines warming. Resin scent sharper. He descended slowly back into thicker woods. Paths familiar in feel, if not in sight. A berry thicket, fruit dark and ripe. He picked a few, just staining fingers, sweet on the tongue. Sat eating slowly. Birds watched from above. One hopped down, pecked a fallen berry. The thicket rustled lightly, leaves glossy. Day moved on. He wandered narrower trails, found a small cave mouth, cool air breathing out, stepped just inside. Echo of boots on stone, walls damp, smooth in places. Sat near the entrance, darkness deeper within. drips falling far back, slow, regular. Outside light shifted. He stepped out again, blinked against brightness. Woods waited. He chose another path, a hidden meadow. Flowers thick, bees droning low, sat in the center, petals soft under him, colors quiet, wind carried faint pollen, sun warm, butterflies moved, wings opening, closing, landing, lifting. The meadow held the afternoon, light angled lower, shadows grew. He rose, flowers brushed his robe as he left, back among trees, deeper shade, cooler air welcome, crossed a fallen log over a small ravine. Wood creaked under weight, bark flaking. On the other side, vines thicker, broad leaves. He moved through gently, vines catching, releasing, found an old fire ring. Stones blackened, ashes long cold, sat beside it. Fingers trailed through grey dust, cool. Dusk came, sky purple, stars faint, stayed. Ashes undisturbed, night deepened. Crickets louder here, full chorus. An owl landed on a low branch, eyes catching moonlight, called once. The clearing darkened. He lay back, ground firm, stars overhead. Slow wheel, shooting stars occasional. Cool air settled. Rope pulled close, breath slow. Dawn grey again, mist thick. He sat up, mist curling. Birds quiet at first, then beginning. Walked on, mist parting. Found a spring, clear water bubbling. Cupped hands, drank slow. Cool trace down throat, sat by it. Bubbles rising, soft gurgle. Moss vivid around edges, sun burning mist away. Spring sparkling. Grimblethorn moved through the woods, staff tapping, rope catching on low branches. The trees stood, quiet, endless, no hurry. No end, just the slow turn of light. The soft give of moss, the faint drip of water somewhere always near. The sound soften, a last cricket chirps once. Wind moves high through needles, then stillness. The dark stays cool. The woods hold their breath. The night stays.